you know, I remember having a conversation. This is 2020 in the height of you know, all of everything racial going on everywhere.
Yep.
Having a conversation with a friend who is also from East Africa, and he was saying he was so frustrated. He was like, "Man, I'm people I used to go to church with. I cannot believe the things that they're saying online. I've DM'd them, I've called them, and I've talked to them, and they just seem so stubborn and so yeah. So I remember asking him just randomly. I was like, "Hey man, have any of the people that you've been arguing or have they ever been outside the country?" And he was like, "No, you know, no, I don't think so." And I went, "It's really hard to comprehend anything outside in terms of race."
Yes, sir.
You know, if you're a white person and you've never been in a country where you're the only person who looks like you in a context like that, it doesn't make sense.
It's never going to make sense.
But also, I was like, you know, why are people coming? You know, why are people coming here? And I'm like, hey man, I was born in Tanzania.
Yeah.
I've been to Tanzania.
Yeah.
But I also come back.
There's a reason.
You know what I'm saying?
My parents left.
Yes. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's like, hey, what is available here and what the opportunities here? It's like, hey, I mean, it's cool that people wanna be here. And I don't think I know of so many people who moved to the States and their status, you know, their immigration status is so that they have never seen their family. Like, and they have grandparents and parents passing away and weddings that they don't attend. And you know, there's a lot to say in all of that, but I'm like, it's different. Like people are doing it for a reason, for something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you've never talked to somebody who, you know, who's done that or been in a country where people are, you know, you tell them you're from America and their eyes kind of light up.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. It's like, it's difficult to comprehend.
Yep.
You know, you can kind of spout off as much as you want.
Right.
You know, and you're like, well, you know, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. So I went to Australia 23 times in 10 years.
Wow.
The very first time I went.
You gotta hook me up, man. I want to go to Australia so bad.
You haven't been?
No.
Okay. I can, yes.
Just let somebody know.
Yeah, I can't. Like, jokes. I can literally let somebody know that.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the very first time I went, I'll never forget. It was January of 2010, and I was there 11 days, and I was so shocked by what I experienced that I literally came home and told my wife, would you be willing to move to Australia?
Really?
And she's like, no. Like, what are you, a whole nother continent? And she's Caribbean, right? You're trying to move me away from my family? Right? She spazzed. Man. And I was like, I thought I was.
Did you say this and you like ducked behind a wall? I would have like locked the door.
Well, right after that clapback, I knew maybe I shouldn't have brought this up before prayer time. I don't know. Yeah. So, but here's what left the biggest impression on me. Australia was the first continent I had ever been on and in, and the first country I'd ever been to that was predominantly Caucasian and did not have that spirit of racism that is indigenous to America. And so I came home and I told every single black friend I had, imagine going to sleep tonight and when you wake up in the morning, there was never such thing as racism in America. That's what Australia feels like to an African American. And not that they don't have their thing, like they have their things with Aboriginals and all that kind of stuff. But
and kangaroos who will punch you.
Man, them kangaroos go to the gym. Like when I see a kangaroo with pecs, I just think, I don't want to be at this zoo. Like, that's what I think.
You're like, man, I'm kind of threatened, but I also want to know your meal plan. How much you benching, dog?
Joey, what do you eat in the morning?
Yeah. Tell me that.
What's your pre-workout? What's your pre-workout routine? Okay. So,
dude, you know what? I just remembered when you say this. I was at a restaurant And I was eating wings at this restaurant, and there was a black guy who was also telling me, like, dude, you got to go to Australia. He was talking about, and he kind of was talking about the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, this was like last November or something. I remember thinking, is he for real?
No,
Yeah.
dude, like literally, it was so surreal. Like the only thing that they, like it was, they just were like, wow, you have a beautiful accent. And I was like, that's it. like it genuinely is not in them. Like it's not their history. It's not their context. And they're incensed by it.
Mm.
Like they're like, like I can't believe that's even an issue. And I'm like, I want to move here. I will learn to drive on the other side of the road for you. And then 4 years later, Juliet came with me, and she goes, "Can we move here?" I said, "You should listen to me 4 years ago. We got to plant a church now."
Yeah.
If I'm Abraham, I need you to be Sarah. Next time I say something to you, girl, you need to just.
We take down.
When
the
I move, you move.
Let's go.
Just like
Let's go.
Right? You know what I mean? Let's go. But it. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't think I've ever said this out loud on a mic. I know I haven't. This is gonna sound so weird. Now I know I'm probably gonna piss some black people off when I say this. But I can't. My visits to Australia made me come home and have hope for American white people. As a whole. Now, I got covenant relationships with white friends, right? Like brothers and sisters to me. So that's, it's not like I've been over here like, you know what I mean? Black powered up like
just with a leather jacket.
Right, and a pick in the back of my hair, which I do have a pick that can stand up in the back of my hair.
You went to Australia. We get it.
But I did come home like with this sense of like, I know what America could look like.
Yeah.
If they would give and I mean that as a whole, right? Like I know what America could look like if we would give ourselves permission to not allow our history to shape our future. We definitely have to address the present, but it doesn't need to shape our future. So,
I will say, man, with a name like Elishama Mrema, every doctor's office I've been to, like, and somebody asks, oh no, I'm like on this education tour of, I'm from East Africa. And they're like, oh, what do y'all speak there? And so I'm like, well, some people don't even know the questions to ask. Yeah. And so they see somebody who looks like me, and I sound like a white boy from Stranger Things. Yeah. And they're like, where'd you learn to talk that? We're a little boy from Africa. Why don't you sound like T'Challa? I love that Canada forever.
Canada? I'm dead meat.
You know what I mean? Yes. And so they're like, where'd you learn to talk so? How'd you lose your accent? So I'm like, well,
how'd you
I get them all the time, man. I get all the questions all the time. How'd you get here? You're like, dude, the Mayflower?
Like you lost your
the Mayflower?
Like you lost your passport.
Yeah. Just one day.
Where did my accent go?
One day.
It was over here by my coffee.
I had it right here. Oh, it's gone. Just like that. I don't know what happened.
Wow, dude.
And so, there's I've been with friends, and they'll get more mad than me. Like, I cannot believe she asked you that. I'm like,
oh yeah,
she didn't know.
Yeah, my white friends will smack a white person. Yeah. Like on my behalf, and I'm like, we don't have to do that.
I mean, I can't do that.
Yeah. You can. And you should sometimes. No, dude.
Hey, Wakanda forever.
Forever and ever. Especially after Wakanda forever. Okay.